I don't think as a kid I ever thought like there was a moment where I think, oh, I want to be a footballer. I think I would just, I love football and love playing.
Yeah.
And I want to be a footballer and I want to.
What would you have been if you weren't?
Play? I don't know, mate. Who knows? I'll be struggling somewhere. I just think I just always play in the park and obviously playing. My dad was a Saints fan, so he's pretend to be Rod Wallace and things like that. You pretend to be a player. I
like Rod.
Mate, he was a player, Rod Wallace. I don't think he made a full England call-up, but he played under 21s.
Yeah, the Wallace family.
And obviously, I remember, I think it was 1980. I think it might have been 1990, actually, with Dad and... getting the sofa right up in front of the telly and watching it. But I don't think there's anything where I just thought, in my head, I thought, I want to... Really, I really want to play for England. I really want to do this. I wanted to be a footballer because I loved the game of football, but not like kids today where they want to get into an academy or they want to do this. I just played it because you just love playing the game. I never really... I wanted to be a footballer, but I didn't... Not as much as... Obviously... Not as much what kids are now, where they're from a young age they're just constantly thinking about. I want to be in.
That comes from that comes from the parents, though.
Comes from the parents,
It's failed footballer parents' dream.
Do you know what?
I think the only where it really probably hit me, where I think I've got to do it or I want to do it. It's now or never. Was when I got called up to Southampton at the age of 13 or 14, and it was just like, well, I either go or I don't go.
Yeah.
So I got the chance to go, and I thought, well, if I'm going to do it, I might as well go now.
You're
that good.
Yeah,
you're that good.
Well, I didn't know at the time.
I know.
I've not played with anyone from. I played for Hampshire a couple of times, but I was just playing grassroots football, and it was Mickey Adams who spotted me and called my
Mickey
mum.
Adams, a Leicester manager.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
So he was watching his mate's kid play, and then he approached my mum and dad, and then it was...
That's crazy, isn't it?
Just
and then it was just...
Imagine you just don't even know how good you actually are.
Yeah.
That's the amazing part of it, that you don't actually... See, like when people ask me, when did you know you was going to be a footballer, or when did you decide?
I don't think I didn't
decide. I didn't decide. It just happened.
Yeah.
We don't decide these things.
You just keep going.
You keep going, work hard. It's not like I want to be a footballer, I want to be a footballer. It was just like, see what it goes.
Yeah, you want it, don't you? Because you're out playing and you
want to win.
Playing, you want to. I remember as a kid, and it's not like I remember it was last year of primary school, and you had to stand up at this assembly or at the end of the year, your parents come watch and say what you want to be, and it was like, I'm going to say I want to be a footballer.
Yeah.
So the teacher was like, we can't say that. It's not realistic.
What's this teacher? Everyone's got that story.
It's not realistic.
Yeah, but it's not one of them moments that stands out for me and goes, I'm going to prove you wrong.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right. I stood up and went, I want to be CID when because I used to watch The Bill with my mum and dad. I was never going to be one of them, but...
That's unrealistic.
That's really more unrealistic.
You're going to be the old Bill. I'm going to be Secret Service. Do you know what, I had got... You see Biggie, Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah.
He's got a song about that.
Yeah.
And his teachers have said he'll always amount to nothing and all that. So but it's true though. You shouldn't. I just don't understand teachers back in the day. What was you doing? What? Because you failed at your dream. Don't try and put that on everybody else.
You can understand. I can understand why they say it, but not to a kid where you just don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, it is
I don't understand why they say it.
When you get to a certain age and...
Oh, yeah, if you get to...
Even,
if you're still saying it when you're 21... then it starts to become unrealistic. Not saying it... I get
why they say it, but also,
Yeah, mate, I'm with you, mate, any teachers out there thinking about saying that to me, don't say that.
Yeah, don't say it. Keep their dream alive.
Yeah. I mean, the kids.
The kids.
It can be anything they want to be.
Astronaut, footballer.
Yeah, rocket scientist.
Listen, there's only step in if they say they want to be like a
murderer.
Yeah, step in then. Everything else.
I want to be a murderer. Listen, son, that's unrealistic. Sorry. But it depends.
My debut was after, I'm sure, I'm going to have to double check this, I'm sure it was after that time when Michael Owen scored that goal against Argentina.
Yeah, okay.
And it was the debut against Liverpool.
Right.
Yeah, that was when my debut was.
And what were your best moments kind of for Saints?
I can obviously say my first goal and like the cup final. The only thing was the cup final is, I mean, my mum brought it up the other day actually, because I remember the cup final. I was just devastated. I remember crying. Didn't know it was going to be my last game either. But I remember my mum saying you couldn't even go and speak to your dad. I couldn't really.
Why?
I mean,
'Cause
he's just such a massive Saints fan,
And
I just know how gutted he was. I just couldn't go and speak to him. Like I was definitely one of them that I had to switch off from football after a game. I didn't like talking about it afterwards, and I was really lucky because of the way I am. My mum and dad never put no pressure on me. They knew I never really liked talking about the game after. I know if I was crap. I knew what I'd done wrong. I knew if I played well. I didn't like praise, and I didn't like the other side of it either.
Yeah, but there's not many players whose final game's an FA Cup final, right?
No, yeah. I was gutted. I didn't actually want to leave, if I'm totally honest, because I was just happy there.
So Chelsea
And I
coming
don't like
for you, right?
change. Yeah.
And so how did it come about? And like how...
Well, and you must have been gutted as well, because at Southampton at this point, you've got keys to the city, you've got free reign of Leisure World. You know, you're treated as
Leisure World was great. At the
treated as-
time.
yeah.
I'm not sure how it'd be now, but
we've
it was
talked
good.
about it before.
Yeah.
You're
Hot
treated as
shots
a
on the
hero,
phone.
a hero at Hot Shots, Jumping Jacks, Icon Diva, I assume. You know, when the night's right.
Yeah, it was very hard to leave, and I can be quite shy, and I don't like new things a lot. But it's just one of them opportunities that I just couldn't really say no. And with Rupert Lowe, he was just like, he was not going to give me a new contract. He didn't believe in if you're doing well, you get money. You're too young to have money. But I was always like, okay, well, you're going to give me loads of money when I'm 30 and I'm shit.
Do you
Probably
think? Do you
not.
think, looking back, then they could have, if the attitude was different and actually it was more, you know, his a story that could be a massive win for us. You know, homegrown, clearly going places. If there'd been a bit more desire on that front from Rupert Lowe, if you're saying, would you have stayed at that point?
Staying. So I remember going into Gordon Strachan, and it was like, so my agent was like, oh, you've got to go in and speak to him. And I feel it's like it's this thing these agents did, which didn't really need to be done. And I'd go in to speak to Strachan, like, and he'd went to me, fuck off, you ain't going nowhere. And I just walked out the room like that. Like, cheers. He said, I'll rip your fucking transfer request up. And then that was
Did you
it.
hand the transfer request in?
I didn't really give him the bit of paper, but I said, and then
said, "Fuck
he
off."
was like, yeah, basically. And then obviously my agent dealt with Rupert Lowe and everyone at the club, and then that was it. I was gone. Like, he was gutted. But you know, so I actually cried. I had to say goodbye to him and I cried. But he's horrible as well, Strachan, sometimes. It was my last training session. He knew I was going, and he just absolutely run me into the ground.
That's what you like, Wayne.
Everyone was battering me. This is your fucking fault because you're going. So I was
Really?
getting the blame for everyone running, and it was just like, it was horrible.
I've never heard of an exit sort of. You have initiations in football, but I've never heard of this sort of exit beasting.
Get run into the ground.
Strachan's different. Yeah, I loved him. He was great, but he's definitely different. Yeah.
So you make that move and you leave Southampton. They've kind of quite aggressively dealt with you on the way out, as is the Southampton way. And you're out and you head towards Chelsea. Were you nervous about that move? Because suddenly you're out of the maybe slightly more comfortable surroundings with your family there and venturing out. Was that a strange feeling?
It was
for you?
Abramovich's first transfer window as well. wasn't
yeah,
it?
it was. Yeah.
And it was
So-
massive news, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was big. It was
Yeah.
like, who are they going to sign? I think it was like Makaleli, Joe Cole, Glenn Johnson.
It just comes with pressure, doesn't it? You know, it comes with pressure. Like, and what I realise is the more you move around, you play with a team, they kind of know how you play and you get to know everyone. And you go to a team which is totally different. And it was totally different. But it didn't take me too long to settle. But I was nervous because it comes with a price tag and more money. And then if it doesn't go well, you're just going to get battered for it.
It was a big change at Chelsea then, wasn't it? And I think, what did you find? Did you find what were the standards like when you arrived at Chelsea at that time? Or was it still in a transitional period?
Oh, the standards are high. It got higher when Mourinho come along, but it was high. But I'd say when you talk about it like that, the only difficult time I really found was Chelsea to Man City. I was at Chelsea where the whole team was a unit. It was like no matter who you had in front of you, whether it was Joe Cole, Sean Wright-Phillips, Damien Duff, Robin, like we worked as a proper team. Like you defended as a team, you'd work for each other, you'd always know what you're doing. I went to Man City and I was just like, my God, got Robinho in front of me. He ain't helping me one bit. I'd overlap him 10 times, wouldn't get it once. And I'm just like, I might as well just stay back. Like, it was just so different for me. So I found the Man City transition really hard.
But being the first sort of big bundle with Abramovich, was that, did he contact you personally? Or was a gift sort of sent to you? Like, how does it work with him when you're brought in under that?
That was all just through my agent.
Was it?
That was just literally all through my agent. And then met Ranieri, and then I think the first time I met Roman was on the pitch at Stamford Bridge. And what I loved about him, he just rocked up with his Casio watch on. Billionaire just rocks up with a little Casio on. I thought it's just brilliant.
So good.
I loved him as well. I thought he was great.
Yeah.
He was brilliant.
What was your first encounter with Mourinho like when he comes in?
Just intense.
Yeah.
It was the training. Do you know, like sometimes in training it can be a little bit... There's a little bits in training I think can be a little bit relaxed. You know, whether it be like a little keep ball as you start or a little passing drill. And as soon as someone didn't look like it or a little straight pass, he was just on it straight away, stop training. It's got to be like this all the time. You've got to be on it. There's no time on this training pitch where you're not on it. So that it created a different mentality with a lot of the lads. And he just demanded. And I guess it's probably like when you used to live, I bet like Stevie G and Carragher like that, they would have demanded stuff.
Demands come up, don't they?
Yeah, it was just, he was very demanding.
How long have you both known each other?
I've known Bridgie since we were 17 and he was 18, but it's the good story when we met. Both playing, got called up for England under-18s tournament in Spain, but we was playing for the, Bridgie was at Southampton, I was at West Ham playing in the Prem. So there was a group of players that had to meet up at Heathrow after our games to fly out on the Sunday morning. So there was about 5 of us. There's a couple of lads. One lad's played for Wolves, one was at Crewe, and a lad at Sheffield United. And so like, we're driving down from Southampton with Bridgie in the car. He's like, what are we going to do tonight then? And I'm thinking, oh, shit, it's on me. I've got to produce a night out. So I thought, we're just going to London, like give it the big and we'll just find somewhere. So all right, so we got there and all these 5 lads with an FA dignitary. You know, one of the guys that you see shaking hands with the players before the games, like in the suits. So his job was to take us out to Spain the next day. So we arrived at the hotel in Heathrow. I've got, right, come on in, we go down London. I'm thinking, I don't know where I'm going to take him here. So I just go, because I used to go to my local, do you know what I mean? The boys are coming from all over. I've got to produce for them.
We went out in England tracksuits as well, I think.
Yeah, so we all had England tracksuits.
That was a purposely done thing.
We looked like the in-betweeners, like 18-year-olds. We went to London, so I thought, all right,
You literally got a geezer in a pub going, look at those 5 little melts who say they're favourite.
So I've gone up to the
Little
geezer.
did they know.
I've gone, right, we've got to Leicester Square. I've gone up to the fella. I've given him a bullseye in his pocket and gone, listen, mate, I've got the England under-18s here. Like, you let us in. He's obviously seen the £50 note. He's going to go and come into the club. So we're in the club, and it's like house and garage music, like no one in touristy clubs. Had a great night. It got to about 3 or 4 in the morning, and like Bridgie's there dancing on a speaker or something. I thought, listen, we should go home, you know. I
fell asleep on a speaker at one point.
So we've got I've got, listen, we better get back. We've got to fly out to Spain tomorrow. And he's got, all right, Keys. But we'd lost the fella, David Wright. Didn't know where he was. So it's the first time he's ever been to London. So I thought, well, we've got to go home. So we went home. When we got home, thinking a good idea for 17-year-olds, the FA dignitary's room started like smashing his room at 4 in the morning, like waking him up and then running away. Because you're still kids, you know, you think. And anyway, the next morning you woke up, you think, oh, what did I do last night? But we can't find Righty. And I'm thinking, it's 5 minutes before we've got to get on the coach to get to the airport. And I'm thinking to myself, Bridgie, what are we going to do? Like, I'm going to have to go and tell the dignitary, like, I've took the lads out in London and we've lost a player.
I didn't even know there was a dignitary there. I was that pissed. I didn't even know.
Yeah. So we brought Bridgie. He's literally 5 minutes to spare, and Righty's come running in. I felt like, you know, when you think, like, I was so happy because I would have shelved the blame because it was my idea. And anyway, come running out. The dignitary, fair play, didn't say nothing about it. Just took us to Spain. We carried on with the tournament, played whatever. And that's the first time I met Bridgie, and I thought, yeah, that's a bit of me. But this is it. Like 10 years later, I was playing in a cup final, forgot all about it, and the dignitary, he was going along the line shaking hands, and I haven't seen him for years. Like, and he's obviously gone up. He's like now with the first team, and so am I. He just leaned into me before the cup final. He said, like, remember when you woke me up at 4 or 5 in the morning that time and I didn't say nothing? And I was like, sorry, sir. I've got a game to play now. Anyway, that's how I met Bridgie and loved him ever since.